Hi, welcome to another Storytime video with Librarian Meli, me. Today I want to read this beautiful book called Planting Stories, The Life of Librarian and Storyteller Pura Belpre. I saw this book at a bookstore and I was immediately intrigued by the illustrations, and then when I read the title that it's about a librarian, I just knew I had to read it and learn more about this person. It is 1921. Pura Teresa Belpre leaves her home in San Juan for a visit to New York. Words travel with her. Stories her abuela, which is her grandma, taught her. Cuentos folclóricos, Pura retold in the shade of a tamarind tree in Puerto Rico. Now a new island stretches before her, ripe for planting seeds of the cuentos she carries. Manhattan, a city of hustle and bustle, bigger, louder, crowded, yet alive with hope and possibility. What began as a visit to celebrate her sister's wedding becomes the first steps in a new land. Y una vida nueva, for Pura, means a new life. Can you imagine leaving your home and starting over? Scary and exciting. She works first in a garment factory, but it is cold floors and hard edges, not the soft, fertile ground where seeds take root. Then, a golden opportunity, una bendición. The library needs a bilingual assistant. Pura speaks Spanish, English, and French. She is perfect for the job. You see the library? You see, a library opens the doors to many things. Beautiful. But where are her abuela stories? Not one folktale from Puerto Rico is on the shelves. How lucky for the library that Pura has story seeds ready to plant and grow. What do you think that means, to plant story seeds? She's not literally planting stories, but the fact that she's going to talk about them, she's going to plant them onto people's minds and hearts. In the children's room, she lights a story hour candle and begins. Her eyes dance, her voice sings. Pura's words paint a picture of a little house with a round balcony, where Martina, a beautiful Spanish cockroach, meets Perez, a handsome and gallant mouse. El ratoncito Perez y la cucarachita Martina, a tale from the tamarind tree. When Pura's story is done, each child makes a wish on the candle, and with the wisp of air, la vela is blown out. Now Pura has a wish too, to plant her story seeds throughout the land. Pura learns to make puppets. She snips and sews their clothes, paints their delicate faces. Wow, that's very good dedication. Families come to hear folktales in Inglés y Español, to watch Pura's puppets dance across the stage of her stories. But the library needs libros for its shelves. How can more children read Perez y Martina and other cuentos de Puerto Rico? Pura puts her story in an envelope and mails it to Frederick Warren, a publisher. This is before the internet, so she had to find other ways of getting her stories out there. Soon, Perez y Martina is a book. Now published author, puppeteer, and storyteller, Pura travels from branch to branch, classroom to classroom, to churches and community centers, planting her story seeds in the hearts and minds of children new to the island, who wish to remember la lengua y los colores of home, meaning the tongue, which is a language, and colors of home. How exciting, right? To have your culture, your stories being represented. Having others learn about you, about your history. Writing, learning, speaking, teaching, traveling. Pura does not slow down until, like the beautiful Martina, she meets her Perez. What does that mean? That means she met her husband, right? On a December day in New York, Pura marries a musician, Clarence Cameron White. Un año away, which is 1 year, from the library, she decides 1 year to start a new life as a wife. But a year, it stretches on. Together, they travel to new cities. Clarence plays his music and Pura tells her stories. That sounds like an ideal duo. They are happy. They are happy years of music and writing, separations and reunions, friends, family, and stories, always. Until on a June day in New York, Clarence stops playing his music, and Pura's story must begin again. It is 1961. Pura returns to the library. There are others now, storytellers, who make puppets dance, who read Perez y Martina, The Tiger and the Rabbit, Juan Bobo, the Trimagi, and many more of Pura's stories to the children. Wow. The seeds she has planted, the roots that grew shoots into the open air of possibility, have become a lush landscape into which she steps as though she has never left. That must be so rewarding and satisfying to see her hard work. And this talks about her life. So yeah, I just thought this was a really nice story about how someone noticed that they needed representation, and she didn't wait for anybody to do it. She did it herself. I just loved it, and I love the illustrations, and I thought it was very inspiring because I myself want to write one day, and they just kind of pushed me to do it. So have a good day.